Hey, welcome back. You're driving, or maybe you're walking. The city pavement is a blur beneath you, a mosaic of asphalt and gum and cracks. And then you see it, right there in the middle of the traffic lane, a strange, ragged rectangle of linoleum embedded into the road itself. It looks like it's been there for decades. And on it, in bold, uneven letters, a message: Toynbee Idea in MOViE 2001 Resurrect dead on planet Jupiter. What in the world does that even mean? And how did it get there? This isn't graffiti. This is something else entirely. Something that has haunted city streets across America and South America for over 40 years. And the story behind it is one of the most persistent, personal, and downright bizarre art mysteries of our time. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. If you've never heard of the Toynbee Tiles, that's okay. They're easy to miss. But once you start looking, they have a way of finding you. They're these incredible, handmade linoleum plaques, pressed right into the asphalt of busy intersections, usually in the heat of summer, so the road softens and swallows them. They're found from New York to Kansas City to as far south as Santiago, Chile. And they all carry some variation of that same cryptic message, referencing the historian Arnold Toynbee, Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey, and the resurrection of the dead on Jupiter. For years, no one knew who was making them or why. They just appeared, like messages from a ghost. The first thing to understand is the sheer physical mystery of them. This wasn't some kid with a spray can. This was a sophisticated, dangerous, and wildly dedicated operation. Think about it. To lay a tile, you'd need to stop in the middle of a busy street, often at night, and somehow adhere this heavy material to the road surface. Investigators and enthusiasts eventually pieced together the likely method. The artist would create the tile by cutting letters out of linoleum and colored vinyl, layer them onto a piece of heavy tar paper or roofing felt, and then seal the whole thing with something like asphalt crack filler. They'd then place it on the road from their car, and over weeks and months, the pressure of thousands of tires would pound it into the asphalt, while the tar paper backing disintegrated, leaving only the colorful, inlaid message behind. It was a form of reverse archaeology, creating an artifact designed to be discovered by the future. But the why is where it gets truly fascinating. The core message is a puzzle in itself. Toynbee Idea is believed to refer to a theory by historian Arnold Toynbee that was mentioned in a 1983 newspaper column, suggesting that human life could be recreated on other planets using the DNA in our remains. MOViE 2001 is clearly Kubrick's film, where a monolith near Jupiter sparks a transcendent evolution. Resurrect dead is the goal, and planet Jupiter is the destination. It reads like a mad scientist's manifesto or the creed of a lost cult. And for a long time, that's what people thought it was. But then, the story deepened. Because the tiles started to evolve, new messages began appearing. Some attacked the media, with tiles reading, "The media is a lie," and "murderers." Others referenced a House of David, and what seemed to be a feud with a Philadelphia newspaper columnist. This wasn't just one philosophical idea anymore. It was becoming a one-sided conversation, a narrative of grievance and obsession playing out on the canvas of the public street. The mystery wasn't just about an idea, it was about a person. The breakthrough came from the most human of places, local knowledge. In Philadelphia, where the tiles were most concentrated, people started to talk. A documentary film crew and dedicated online researchers began connecting dots. They heard stories of a reclusive man in South Philadelphia, a man fascinated by Jupiter and resurrection. They found a series of bizarre, late-night radio broadcasts from the 1980s where a caller, who never gave his name, would rant about the Toynbee idea and the media's conspiracy against it. The voice on those tapes is urgent, paranoid, and utterly convinced of his mission. And then, the clues in the tiles themselves led to a name: James Morasco. Morasco was a Philadelphia tile layer, which makes a heartbreaking kind of sense, who had died in 2003. He was married to a woman named Ruth. And for many, this seemed to be the answer. A lone, eccentric artist, working in secret for decades. Case closed. But in true mystery fashion, it's not that simple. Morasco's name doesn't appear on any public record connected to the tiles. His family denied it, and the sheer geographic spread of the tiles, especially the ones found in South America, suggests a level of travel and resources that seems at odds with the portrait of a solitary Philadelphia tradesman. So was it Morasco, a group inspired by him? Or did someone else take up the mantle after his death? This is where the mystery lives for me. As an engineer, I'm captivated by the ingenious, low-tech method of delivery. As a storyteller, I'm drawn to the profound human need to be heard, to shout a belief into the void, or in this case, into the road. The Toynbee Tiler, whoever they were, wasn't seeking fame. They weren't tagging a wall for notoriety. They were creating a durable, permanent record of an idea they believed was civilization's most important truth. They were speaking to the future, embedding a message meant to outlast them, to be pondered by generations who would never know their name. There's a strange, tragic poetry in that. I think about walking the grid of New York City, a place I now call home, and how we all move across layers of history and mystery we never see. The Tiler turned the most mundane of human spaces, the street, into a site of cosmic speculation. Every time a car tire thumps over one of those tiles, it's like pressing play on a message in a bottle. The medium is the mystery. The asphalt is the archive. So what's the truth? We may never know for sure. New tiles, or very convincing replicas, have appeared as recently as the last decade. The mystery is arguably still alive. And that's the beautiful, haunting legacy of the Toynbee Tiles. They resist a single, clean explanation. They are a physical reminder that our world is still full of strange, handmade wonders, crafted by unknown hands with unknowable motives. They ask us to look down, to pay attention to the ground we so often ignore. Because sometimes, the most extraordinary messages are right beneath our feet, waiting in the asphalt, telling us to resurrect the dead on planet Jupiter. If you've been intrigued by this journey into the streets, I'd be so grateful if you'd share this episode with someone who loves a good mystery. You can find more stories like this from our home, Light Knot Studios, at lightknotstudios.com. Thank you for listening, and remember, the world is a far stranger place than it seems. Until next time, keep looking down.